know who you are, but I've never met.
It's gonna break it. It'll break her heart. Yeah, I knew that. Oh, he's the same size, Somebody asked me about you the other day. Yeah. You work for George?
Yeah, well, he and I were partners at the end before he died.
Yeah.
He was on too good.
George and
George doing good.
is he still really involved?
No, we saw him. Right. Right
Maybe had a daughter too.
yeah.
Ain't nothing to take it away.
I retired back to that time.
Yeah.
I used to talk about it.
Well, I used to hear good things about you, and I never did mention my sister was in your class.
Yeah, well, sure.
Check it out. Yeah. And where are you living at?
made these books for
What's your name?
what's your name?
Tommy's one of my all-time heroes. I won't bore you with the story. He knows. Well, he did us all a big favor. And he cured a guy. Yeah.
You're still some kind.
Herbie was my age.
Big, it's like being a preacher in fucking preacher.
Sure.
You know,
We're at the door. I'm a couple of years in. Everybody stay in here, you outside. Is that about it?
No, he might have hit it hard.
Yeah.
This guy was
The other time I saw Applejack, it was just when they were sparring, and then Tommy couldn't get me back. But they were up there sparring.
I was in and they rolled me with their retirement.
Did you say Harlan? Did you say Harlan Gaston? Yeah. Let me tell you. He told us first, this is what he told us. First,
And it's got very He's a 71 graduate. Steve Meyer, Julian Lance. The clown over there with the nose is 71. That's close to you. Plaid shirt. But the Solis Hotel, the property, the old plant, that's another $250 million. Well, near the Solis Hotel, it's the Hapeville side of the fourth plant. I mean, I know a 77, I think. I can't think of his name. I'll look him up and see if you know him.
there the whole time. I was just catching everybody signing in. We'll move over behind the tree in a minute.
Hello, everybody.
How about now?
Have your attention. We're going to get started. Hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you all for coming, and it's real good to see you. Like I told somebody the other day, it's better to be seen than viewed always. We're going to start off by introducing ourselves. I'm Gene Norton, class of 1946, and I'm going to pass the mic around, and if you talk right into the mic and hold the button up, you can be heard real well.
By the way, you folks who did waiting for rain. I just looked at the class of 55.
Hello, everybody. I'm Margie Evans. We're both white. Good to be here to see you. I'm Deborah Ride.
I'm Brenda Chalker. I am Charles and Beverly Wright's daughter, and I am the designated chauffeur for today.
I'll do a whole lot prettier than Charles right here.
I'm Tom McDonald, graduated in 1948, grew up on the end of Custom Street, last house on the left, almost to Egan Park. Glad to be with you.
I'm Charlotte Rentz, class of 1958.
I'm Willie Bailey, class of 1962.
I'm Miriam Norton Allen, class of 1945.
I'm Jim Allen. I'm here son-in-law of Gene Norton.
What class did you graduate?
I graduated high school in 1967 down in Colorado Springs, Alabama.
Bless his heart.
I'm Shane's keeper. I'd like to say class of 73, but that was my daughter's. I'm Sister Brenda James. I graduated in North Carolina. What kind of thing?
You gotta talk straight into it.
Betty Jane Terrell Spear, the class of 1946. Bobby Morgan Guido, 1946.
Betty McCord Barnett, 1944.
Beverly Caldwell Hallman, class of 1945.
Lou Norton, class of 55, from Sweet Home, Alabama.
I'm a party crasher. I've been crashing this party for about 2 years. Bob Fuller, graduated from Russell High School in 1954.
Class of 40. And I'm class of 43. So he was out and gone before I ever met him. He came back from the airport. But I feel like I might be the oldest one here, but I'm really old. I feel like the youngest.
Wayne Gate,
class of 1958.
Brandon Norris, Hapeville, 2, graduated in 1958.
Gloria Mote, Forest Park High School, 1947.
Henry Mote, class of 1947. Frankie Peake, 1955, we lived on Russell Street.
Lee Wyatt, graduated in 57. I'm a rambling wreck, Georgia Tech. Now I'm just a wreck.
Bobby Peake, class of 51.
Diane Williamson, class of 64.
Okay, Catherine Murphy Clay, class of 1945. My husband was James Clay. He was the police chief in Hapeville for a long time.
Yes.
Nick Kirkland, class of 1960. My wife couldn't be here with me today. She's having a dog sick for a friend of ours, and she was graduated in 1962 and lived on Harding Avenue, which is right down the street. And my mother graduated in 1941, and so thank you for being here.
Ann Rotary, class of 1959.
John Glasgow, class of 1971. Gerald Gay, class of 67.
Julian Glantz, 1986.
Mayor Patrick, class of 49.
Barbara Carol McDonald, I finished at Forest Park in 48.
Pat McCord, I graduated in 49.
Very good.
Jamie Adcock, I'm Pat's daughter. My sister, Stephanie Dorsey, is here, and also Pat's daughter. And I graduated from Northside High School. 1920, thank you, I looked good.
I graduated from Galloway, and we used to play football and basketball.
Jim Meyer, class of 1954.
Steve Meyer, class of 1976.
Betty McCord Barnett, 1951.
Talk into it, It don't matter. You just say where my wife was. You can that food and so go ahead.
Jim Gabriel from College Park, 1959.
Just talk straight into it.
Gerald Anderson, class of 1956.
Talk straight into it, straight out.
Mary Humphrey, class of 58. My wife Carolyn.
Ann Bradley Smith, graduated in 1963.
Shirley Baskin, class of 57, College Park High School.
Did we miss anybody?
You're looking good, yeah. Doing great. Where's Sue?
Bobby Gillen, 1953.
I recognize
Larry Beard, 1956.
This guy I don't recognize. I don't know who he is.
Did we miss anybody? Well, Scott Whitaker back here is going to be filming our session today. And my gal, Lou, right here, is going to be making pictures. So they're just looking. You want to tell about the people that might have passed away?
We don't have a list. Some of these people, I'm not sure when they graduated. Most recently here, we saw someone who graduated in Sue Harris.
Russell, Dusty, and Miller. Hold on.
Sister Jean.
Okay, I'll talk up. We have a microphone. Dr. Bill Hapeville passed away. Baxter Webb. Henry Rhodes' brother, Bill Mote, passed away. Mary Ellen Kopak. An old mentor of mine, I hate to see this, he was ill for quite a while, was Tommy Farron. He was one of the better track stars that they ever had. And Asa Waters also passed away since our last.
Oh, okay, here we go. And then I'm told that this gentleman did not actually graduate. He would have graduated somewhere in like 1943, and that was Hood, no, Pope Hood. Is there anyone else that you know of that I didn't mention who may have passed away since our last meeting in May? Yes, sir.
A gentleman named Tom Barber from...
Oh, yeah, we did mention him the last time. Went to his memorial service, which was just outstanding. Tommy Barber. James White, graduated in 1958. Anyone else? Okay, now, Gene goes to a lot of trouble to put all this together. We have a little somebody would appreciate your maybe contributing a little bit to help for the next one.
Paul Farrell, I think Birch Street, passed away this spring, I believe. He was class of 1986 with me.
Lane of Bearden, class of 64. We had a policeman named Bearden back when we were in high school. Again, we'd like to ask you to contribute a little bit. We're putting a booklet going around. Please sign it that you were here today, and drop a few shekels into the somewhere around here. I'll be passing it around in short.
At this time, Gloria Holder is going to give thanks for it. Gloria, come on up.
blessing that are going called radiation. If everyone in our town would fill their hearts with love for all our neighbors round about and for our God above, and the radiation that would spread through our town, it would cause the greatest fallout that would knock all safety down. A love so strong and powerful would have no kind of caste. It would mushroom with more force than any appetite. No boundary lines could hold it. Love would conquer all. One town could save the world, and hate would have to fall. Our Father, we thank you for blessing each one with transportation to our gathering today. Would you bless each one of us and give us traveling blessings to get home safely? And we thank you for this food and the people who prepared it. We thank you for Gene Norton, who brought us all together and made all the arrangements. Bless our lives to your service. In Jesus' name, amen.
Tommy McDonald. Tommy's got something he wants to share with us a little bit. It works real good if you talk straight in.
It's already on. Okay. This is change. For all those born before 1945, congratulations. We are survivors. We were around before television, before penicillin, before polio shots, frozen foods, Xerox contact lenses, frisbees, and the pit. We were before radar, credit cards, split atoms, PlayStation, ballpoint pens. Before pantyhose, dishwashers, clothes dryers, electric blankets, air conditioners, rip-dry clothes, and before man ever walked on the moon. We got married first, and then we lived together. Thank you for standing. We were before daycare centers, group therapy, tape decks, electric typewriters, artificial hearts, and word processors, or your time-sharing meant togetherness. The chip meant a piece of wood. Hardware meant hardware, and software wasn't a word. Cigarette smoking was fashionable. Grass was mowed. Coke was school drink. And pot was something you cooked in. Rock music was grandmother's lullaby. And aides were helpers in the school principal's office. We were certainly not before difference between the sexes was discovered, but we're sure that before the sex changed. We made do with what we had, and we were the last generation to think needed a husband to have a baby, but we survived. This was Eric Severide in Washington in April market case sometime back.
Those were the good old days. Now, go ahead and be eating and whatever, and we'll start our program. Betty McCord, would you come up and tell us a little bit about growing up, whatever it is?
One phase of growing up in Hapeville was going to the corner store. Whether it was for your mama, or whether you had a few pennies and you wanted to get some candy. But these were very important parts of our lives. Most of the corner stores have gone by the wayside, but let's don't forget them. I have made a list, and I didn't know every neighborhood, so I may depend on you to help me fill in the blanks. There was one special one for me. You remember when on Wednesdays let you in for 5 cents? And they had a Roy Rogers series plus the movie. You could spend all afternoon there. I would get on my bicycle, this was when I was about 10, I guess, right up to the corner of North Avenue and Stewart Avenue. There was a little bitty store right on the very corner. Anybody remember that? It was run by a little German lady. I pronounced it Miss Satchel. I don't really know what, but that was the correct pronunciation. But she would take candy bars and put them in a box in the freezer. Right on my bicycle, I'd stop there, and for a nickel, I could get a frozen Snicker bar. And I'd get back on my bicycle and go to the Fulton Theater for 5 cents, and I had an afternoon of joy. So I hope some of y'all were able to do that too. Now, I'm going to get down to the front, the stores that were right up in Hapeville. Anybody remember the A&D? Yeah, you remember who the manager was? Mabry, that's right, Rufus Mabry. And the hardware store, I know there's somebody here that remembers that. Who was the head of it? Johnny Vasco. It's, yeah.
Just by the time they finish speaking, I'll be recording over half an hour for sure.
I didn't know who was there. Quick Pick. Everett Grabkill, that's right. Happy Homes. The Bailey brothers had the Happy Homes. There was an ice cream shop in Hapeville. Anybody remember that? Okay, what was the name of the family that ran it? The Wild. That's right. And right next door there was a what? A bakery run by Chrysalis, the Chrysalis Bakery. Now, the Hapeville drugstore. Who ran the Hapeville drugstore? Bill Parker. Chapman, you know that. Dr. Chapman.
Yeah, I started over there.
There was a grocery store on Cherry Street. Does anybody know who ran that? Mr. Norton ran that. Gene's fault. There was a small grocery store on Union Avenue near College Street School. Anybody know who ran that? Bill Malone's boss ran that. What about the store on the corner of North Avenue and Oakdale Road? I knew it was there, but I never knew who ran it because I never bought anything. But it was there. Just be What about the corner of Stewart Avenue and Lake Drive? The store, that's right. Okay, there was a barber shop right across from City Hall. Yeah, Mr. Carter ran that. There was a grocery store down Central Avenue. The Holders had that. Now there was a restaurant on Stewart Avenue, near North Avenue, later on. Can anybody tell me who ran that? Welch did have it, but before that, before Welch's was there. Anybody? Remember, anybody remember Carly Paul and Peggy Paul? Okay, it was their mother and father that ran that, and Carly Paul later on had Paula Dean. Tara was in my class, and they had the rest of the day before the other one came. Is anybody any up? Answer, that's right. Answer's on Central Avenue. That's right. Any? Yes. Well, good. See, I didn't live on that side of the railroad tracks, and I don't know all those. Nowadays, we get around a whole lot more than we did as a child. Yeah, Pete Arnett had a hot dog and hamburger stand on down there across from where City Hall is now. And there used to be an ice, ice plant there on the corner where the parking lot is at the City Hall now. And they sold ice because a lot of people had ice boxes instead of refrigerators. So we had a yes. There's a lot of history in the stores. Some of them lasted a while, some lasted a long time. And some, like Chapman Drugs, are still here. So let's don't forget our wonderful merchants that have taken care of us through the years.
Give her a hand, everybody. We had some very honorable and esteemed people coming to the table. Right now we got another one coming up. Charles Tillman Wright. Is he here anywhere? Here he comes. Don't run.
Thank you, babe. Thank you, Betty. That was good. I hope that was pretty good. Okay. I thought I was there beginning. I said, well, that's what I need to do Jimmy, on Union Avenue. I talked about that a while ago. Oldest street, I think, the most popular street in Hapeville. We had everybody on Union Avenue with us go back out. And but most of them went out. Got it rolled up. What really gets it up? I was thinking about where to start. And that would be, my father built a house, Bob Haney, down 3845 Union Avenue. And that was the first house that was built down there for years. And maybe the only one, I'm not sure, that did some more work later on. But I started with being down there with youngsters, one by myself. Everybody, and I'm trying to give you the Prices lived down there. They had about 5 kids. The Amos had 6. And Judy and Pierce, I grew up with them down there. And then they had called us, and all the whole crowd. And then the ones that built my house, built Daddy's house, and we eventually moved in. But I thought I'd start off beginning with things. And we had Pine Street, and all of this was the mud streets. There was no paving down there at all. I'm sure some of you are not going to realize that. No paving at all. It was all dirt, whatever. So we started off down there playing, and we had to create our own athletic problems. So we had a pasture down there, we had 10 acres. And we played football down there. And I never will forget, we never did get to know people on Avenue School. I went to high school, grammar school, College Street. So for a long time, I didn't know anything, so that Henry, Mote, and Billy, we were playing ball down there one day. There was two boys riding a bicycle. They're going down the street. I don't know where they're going because they couldn't go anywhere. Down that way, they were splitting down. And but they was going somewhere. And I stopped them and hollered, "Good job, we can put balls over." So I don't think they did, but they did later on. Billy and Henry. That's where I met them. And this was probably around 12 years old or 13. They were on a bicycle. And that's all we had. So we had to go places and do things. So that sort of gets that straightened out. But the thing I remember about growing up in Hapeville was walking to school. We'd always have to walk. I started it off because I was the oldest house down in the Avenue. Pierce was the next one up. Of course, he was going to graduate from high school. That was the youth thing going on then. So Pierce was there, so he walked with him. Sometimes he's raised me up down at his house. And the Haneys, and the 5, 6, and 4, and all of them down there. And one little old chicken. But thinking about that was, we had things to play like a football game. And he did it later, did it, and I didn't for a long time. And after we got to school, Gilbo was the next lunch in the crowd. Gilbo, Tingle, Elder Tingle, her brother. By the time we got all together and went to College Street School, we had probably about 25 to 30 kids. And that's why the Union Avenue was such a popular school district. They all get on board, great school. Thing I remember a whole lot about it is it often told me the next big thing that we did. We had kids in the office home, and our school bought patrol. That's my thing, a badge and the whole thing. And Mr. Fisher, but I was the smallest of the group, so I had to get some friends out there. George was about, George had 86 foot, probably 80 pounds. I don't know where George was. I was found in my leg, he was probably about 16 or 17 years old. Big in that area. They can't get it. Okay, good. And so I always had George to look out for me, looking out for the home kids that was coming up the street. And if we just had home kids, and Tommy and Henry would know that. We had those kids over there in high school to run and help in our athletic program. We would have one heck of a good bunch of kids, but they wouldn't allow them to be in the program. They were supposed to be. But anyway, we enjoyed having them, and we had a lot of fun with them. And I was a good friend because a lot of the friends I knew had people from them. So that was a big thing that we enjoyed. A lot of small children and mixed with me and my friends. We all had a group. Another thing I about teaching well in school. Over there, Bill Bailey lived across the street, and they played over there. We walked over there. Everything they had to do was walk. I had to get 60 kids. He was in bad shape, trying to prove the table. Man, that's good. I didn't look at that. That's right. Okay. Sure. Here's the thing about it is we learned to swim before that our teacher and that was something very nice before. That was short every we ran the camps there. And later on we started back to the camps, played horseshoes. Billboard out decided to get
down at the horseshoe, we'd have to walk to school all the way down there. And we had to get out there and do the camp, all that bunch, and play horseshoe. But we decided we were going to challenge. We had to play Belly, but Tom always had to kind of run out baseball, football, you know, so anyway, we got them together with we started playing horseshoe. It was beat one time, so we got a top on the list to play. Okay, and so we got playing horseshoes together, and we won that one together, and so we had one play, we talked.
Better than you can hear him through the room right now, yeah.
I can't understand, but it's true. I don't really know how to get it.
But so what we wound up doing,
yeah, I'm happy to
graduated from grammar school.
I mean, I put them on YouTube immediately, so. But yeah, I'll give you the copy of it, but even better with yours.
I think we have to go to the belt line.
Good night.
Anybody here remembers the belt line, unless it would be him. And I know Billy might remember, but I was right at the river. We had to run all the way from down below, up the road to the school, and we got hit on belts all the way up. And I will forget, Pierce said, "Billy, you've got to run fast, buddy, because they're going to hit you every way they can." And so I said, well, I'll be good work. I think he'd already spotted some people up there and said, he's all going to get him, he'd do all that. He's not knocking down. So anyway, we enjoyed that. It was a very good entrance to the high school that we had. And my whole life began there in the high school. We got up at Bellevue. And that was the last, I think, our class. Might have been the last to go up there. I think they stopped that for whatever reason, I don't know, but I don't think we did that anymore. That was great. So I started, and Betty McCord, Peggy, and Carly Paul. I met those two girls, and I started taking pictures. So we made that for a good long while. And it was lots of fun we had in school. It didn't last long in school, a couple of years anyway. But I think that was where we really wound up in school. And I enjoyed every bit of Union Avenue and the crowd down there. Thanks a lot.
Give him a hand, David Wright. Mr. Henry Mote. Before Henry comes up, I want to tell you that his brother passed away about 5 or 6 days ago, and I appreciate Henry coming back to talk with us.
Just thought I'd give you a report on my brother. He went out on the back porch, which was concrete. He'd been going to the YMCA just about every day. He was in top shape. Billy was 86, and he went out there and they had a swing and 2 rocking chairs, and he tripped over one of the rocking chairs, broke his hip, went into hospital, and apparently he got a blood clot, and then he passed away. So we just got back from Baton Rouge this past Sunday. My daddy bought a house on Stewart Avenue about a block away north of the railroad tracks back in 1926. Nice brick house, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and there were 5 of us children, and it was back during the Depression, and Daddy bought that house for $6,000, and that was a lot of money back in those days. And with that many, there was 4 of us boys had to sleep in 1 bed because Daddy at that time couldn't get another bed, and my sister had to sleep out on the couch in the dining room. I was born in the front bedroom of that little two-bedroom house, so back in those days, women didn't go to the hospital to have a baby, they had them at home. I went to North Avenue Grammar School, and one day I played sick. I told the teacher I wasn't feeling good, and I went home, and my mother says, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I'm not feeling good, Mom." She called Tillman drugstore. She figured she'd straighten me out, so she called Tillman Drug and said, "I want a pint of castor oil mixed with root beer." And that's back when they would deliver. A guy was coming on a bicycle. So Mama said, "Okay, here, drink it all down, boy." That cured me from playing hooky, I'll tell you right there. I attended Hapeville High School in 1944, and there were four of us boys, three played for Hapeville High, and one played golf. That was my brother Bobby. My brother Kelly he passed away at the age of 92, and Billy, of course, just passed away last week, and I'm the only one left in our entire family. Tommy McDonald and I were the first players to play on the new Hapeville High School football field back in 1947 when I graduated. I got to tell you one more. Oh, how many of you remember Chief Mosley? Chief Mosley, my mother would send me to A&P store as a little boy when I was still in grammar school. She'd give me a note and say, "Go get some meat at the A&P." So when I got to the A&P store, there was a big meat counter, and I'd hand the man, the guy, Rufus Mabry, somebody mentioned him a while ago. Rufus would look over the counter and say, "What do you want, Satchel Face?" And I said, "My mama sent me with this note." And so I'd get the meat, go, when I started walking back home, behind the store they had a big old bin they kept cardboard boxes in, and I had a knife and I made two little holes and put that cardboard box on my head and walked all the way back. Well, you know, Highway 41 then, there was no such thing as interstate, but Highway 41 was a pretty busy street. And so I started crossing it, I looked both ways and I started crossing the street. Well, about that time, Chief Mosley, you know, rode a motorcycle. He come flying around that curve from King Street, and he stopped, put his blue lights or whatever they were, put the lights on, and he said, "Boy, don't ever let me catch you crossing this street again with a box on your head." So you know, that just scared the heck out of me, because Chief Mosley, he wore those high-top boots and a red face. He had a red face because he rode a motorcycle all the time. Oh, my mother, the first game that we played on Hapeville High, we played our rivals, College Park. And my mother, all three of us boys that played football, she had never gone to a game. So when the high school football field was open, first game, she said, "Well, I think I'll go." So her mom and dad went, and in the first quarter, I was standing there after a play had ended, and some guy laid a body block into the back of my back, and it pulled both hip muscles, and they had to take me off the field on a stretcher. And my mom says that's my first and my last football game, because she's always scared she'd see one of her sons get hurt. Oh, Another time, you remember Coach Roy Brewer? Okay, Coach Brewer on a January, I don't know if it's January or what, but it was a cold, cold day. The ground was frozen. So the quarterback called a play. I was playing left halfback. He called a play for me to go through the 6-hole. So when I ran through the line, I always kept my head down and gave it all the power I had. Well, Coach Brewer was standing on the opposite side of the line with a clipboard under his arm and his two hands in his pockets. And I bumped into something and kept on running. And I turned around, and here's Coach Brewer, flat on his back, cussing me out. Why don't you look where you're going? Blah, blah, blah. And I thought, well, dummy, you're standing right where I was running. But later on, the same day, you won't believe it, but it happened again. And he cussed me out again. Why don't you look where you're going, Mote? After high school, I went and played 1 year for Georgia Military Academy, and from there on up to played for, they had a University of Georgia in Athens, and they had a semi-pro football team there, and somehow I got mixed up with them, and we went all over South Georgia playing all the Army and Air Force bases, and we were getting a little money for it, but that was fun. Oh, my brothers, Bobby, the oldest brother, served in the Army Air Corps, and Kelly Kelly was in the Marines, and Billy and I were in the Air Force at the same time. And then Lucky Billy, he was in Honolulu, Hawaii as an air policeman, and I was up in Fairbanks, Alaska. I saw 64 below zero my first winter, and I was in charge of routing secret and classified information around all to the officers all over the base. I was up there for 2 years. Oh, I forgot to tell you, my first job in this life